Was the first time you guys met on the Buffy episode?
On Buffy, yeah, it was.
Because you guys are like best friends now, practically.
Well, it's funny, we met. We met actually. Of course, we saw each other at the audition. We didn't really meet.
We did. We didn't really meet and talk at the audition.
Yeah, but then we saw each other at. We both showed up at the same time for the costume fitting, and we just kind of bonded immediately. It was kind of like almost immediately, like.
Well, you know, when skinny, goofy people who are very expressive find each other, it's like, you become instant friends.
Now, has everyone seen that episode? Yeah, the Hush.
Oh yeah.
One of Doug's biggest fans sitting in the front row hasn't seen this episode.
You've never seen Hush?
We're going to live that down. So for those of you who aren't aware of it, Hush was it was an award-winning episode of the Buffy the Vampire Slayer TV series, and it was the majority of the episode was done with absolutely no speaking at all. So, the continuation for you two is, as actors, not being able to talk. What was that like? How do you prepare for all the grinning and the evilness that you had to do on camera?
I think we both, in some ways, kind of found a lot of it in the audition. Didn't we find? I found a lot of it in the audition. When we both went in, and I think we both kind of scared Joss.
Joss Whedon said we scared him.
Yeah, he was like, "Thank you. Oh God. Okay, thank you. Nightmares now."
Yeah. But it's all about that communication, though. That so much communication happens non-verbally, even in real life, even in daily life. So much happens with facial expression, with gesture, and Camden and I both communicate that way, even with each other, don't we?
Well, yeah. Well, I think a lot of that came from knowing each other a little bit, and also we sat in makeup chairs for like 4 or 5 hours every day, right beside each other for like 7 days.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, a lot of it. So what's interesting is that a lot of the character work that we did was also non-verbal. Remember, we didn't do a lot of talking about it.
No.
It kind of developed in a non-verbal way as well. So, and then Joss would give us these little minor adjustments, but not
minor. Yeah.
Minor.
Basically, the main piece of direction we got was to keep our teeth going. It was so hard to keep that huge smile plastered on our faces throughout every scene. It was like always smiling, no matter what was going on. Constantly. This smile, he freaks me out. A little bit. In a good way. No, precious.
Camden.
Yeah.
That was your first episode in the Joss Whedon world, is that correct?
Yes.
But you went on to work with them on numerous projects.
That was season 4, and then I was in the middle of cutting an independent feature called Zen Noir. I'm also a co-editor, and I got the call from the casting people at Buffy in season 7, several years later, and it was for Gnarl, the character Gnarl, the intellectual redeeming world. For those
Has anyone seen the Gnarl episode? Wasn't he absolutely brilliant in that?
Thank you.
Very creepy.
Brilliant. Okay, I said my 2 cents. Back to you, Cam.
But it was funny. I kept in contact with them for whatever reason. They didn't seem to think there was a role right for me because they didn't call me in until then. And it was one of those roles where they said, "Well, have you tried casting this role?"
That's when we get the call.
And we were wondering if you'd mind coming in and reading. And I know you've been on the show before. You didn't really talk more or less. I went, yeah, sure. And I got the script, and it was Jane Espenson wrote the episode, and it was just so brilliant. I had an entire weekend to work on the audition, and it was just, that character just jumped off the page. It was just, it really spoke to me.
It scared a lot of us.
Yeah.
He was scared. Yeah, so.
Yes. Okay, so, questions? Okay, here we go.
Hi, this is for both of you. As actors with all these heavy makeups, do you develop friendships with the artists that do this? Do you grow
We have no choice. You have to. They're the people that we see most on that movie set day. We might have an 18-hour day.
Easily.
the first 3 to 5 hours, 7 hours is your makeup time. Then you're on set with that makeup person taking care of you every step of the way.
Yes.
Constantly. Is that okay? Is it falling off? Yeah. Okay.
Wait a minute, the next one.
Okay. And then you move and something rips and you're like, oh, fix that, whatever, all day. And then the cleanup at night is 2 hours of removal and cleaning up and that. So these people they're not just an artist, they're also your nurse. They're your nurse. They
Well,
take care.
I always think of it as like, what happens when you go to how you connect closely to your hairdresser, but you're only doing that, every 6 weeks or every 8 weeks. We do that every day in the chair with the makeup artist, but for like 4 or 5 hours or more.
There is something intimate that happens when someone is applying and touching and making you look a certain way. Like you said, your hairdresser, right? When someone who takes care, or a bartender, I guess. They get a lot of people who go, hey, can I talk to you for a minute? You know what I mean? Well, our makeup artists, they hear all of our crap because it's like, we have to trust them. And so when this trust builds up, this friendship evolves out of it.
It is amazing.
And it's a really amazing,
Did I tell you, were you there? There we go. Did you see Doug No at Monster
I did.
Yeah, it was my makeup artist on Hush, and yours was
Todd
McIntosh.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Doug for
A long time.
8, 10 years.
Yeah, when we see each other after years of being apart, it's like, yeah. So there is a definite bond that, and I have a makeup artist, Tom Flouts, who I met him on the first Hellboy. He did my Abe Sapien character. It took a team of 3 people, but he was the head of that team. And Simon Weber was his right-hand guy that I adore both of them. Tom came back around to do the Silver Surfer on me, and then he came back around to do Hellboy 2, which was Abe Sapien, the Angel of Death, and the Chamberlain. So Tom and I are like this. He's the one that I would call my makeup artist. You know what I mean? And this watch is from him as a thank you gift after Hellboy 2. So it's like, sweet. So yes, do we get a bond? Absolutely. You can't help it. Oh, also, David, Marty, and Montse Ribe, the team that makes up DDT Efectos Especiales from Spain, they're the ones who did my Pan's Labyrinth makeup. I worked with them on Pan's Labyrinth, and also now a French movie that I just finished. And they're called Gainsbourg, A Heroic Life, or The Eloique. And that movie came about because they had a relationship with the director, because they were hired to create the look that was going to go on the actor that played the alter ego of Serge Gainsbourg. And my name came up in a conversation between them and the director. So that kind of relationship goes into getting you other work as well. Most of the work that we get comes from referrals from the people who create the stuff that we wear. Often. So that's what happened in this French movie as well. So seeing them again was like we had this lovely reunion. It's a family time. It is.
Excellent. Oh, but right